Hello guys, in this video I want to optimize and transform this example from a tweet by Andy, who told that you can change if-else statements into Eloquent when. And I've been always a fan of using Eloquent functions or so-called magic for making the code shorter or more optimized, but in this case I will actually challenge that when may be not that useful. And also we'll see how this code could be optimized in other way. So I've recreated that in my small demo project here. And take a look. So this is if-else statements, and this is post when. So is when syntax really shorter if you look at that? Yes, you combine that into one sentence, so it's chain of when, but then you need to add function query here. Of course, you could use a short notation function, but then this is dragged way to the right and it wouldn't be very pretty either. So my first thought in this video that of course you can use Eloquent when, but it doesn't add that more benefit. It's not shorter, it's not easier to read even if you think about it. If else are understandable to anyone, even coming not from Laravel or PHP language. That syntax is actually requiring more brain power or eye power to understand in a few seconds. But also let's focus on that if-else, and we can make it even shorter, for example, changing that to match. Because what we're doing here actually is playing with this value of the role, which could be a variable. So we can transform that if, instead of that if, we can have, I will paste it from my notes, something like this. So role, match user role, and by the way, user role is a field in users table, so that is admin, is publisher, and is user. I just simplified it in my case. In your case, it could be more complex, like role ID or foreign keys or spotty permission package or something like that. So it may be more complicated, but in my case, what happens here, I'm matching the role field in the database to the actual value of the role that should be passed here. And not only that, do you notice that these are identical? So in this very simplified case, we could also use directly this variable and then forget about match, if else, or anything else. So that becomes just one line of code. Again, it's a very simplified example, but what I wanted to demonstrate you here is you should look at your code and sometimes think about optimization for readability, for not reusing the variables where they are not needed maybe. The goal is not necessarily to make the code shorter, but to make it more readable for the other person who will work with that code in the future. If you want more of my tips and tricks on performance optimization or general optimization, from my courses I usually pick two recommendations. It's one course called Laravel Refactoring Examples, and then another specifically for Eloquent, Better Eloquent Performance. So those two courses will give you quite a few practical examples on generally how to think about optimization of your code. Those courses are a part of Laravel Daily membership, so you can subscribe to that and support my mission of teaching Laravel. That's it for this time, and see you guys in other videos.